features the Augustana College Vikings and your North Central College Cardinals. The NCAA, North Central College, and the College Conference of Illinois and Wisconsin promote good sportsmanship by student athletes, coaches, and spectators. We request your cooperation by supporting the participants and officials in a positive manner. Profanity, racial or sexist comments, or other intimidating actions directed at officials, student athletes, coaches, spectators, or team representatives, as well as public intoxication and consumption or possession of alcoholic beverages and tobacco products, are grounds for removal from the stadium and other disciplinary action. Introducing tonight's starting lineups. First, for the Vikings. Number 2, Adam Watucky. Number 4, Anthony D'Angelo. Number 5, Eric Gustafson. Number 6, Dominic Sullivan. Number 10, Michael Brzezinski. Number 11, Jonathan Colucci. Number 13, Gabriel Roulette. Number 15, Samuel Kratzer. Number 17, Victor Velasquez. Number 23, Jack McKernan. And number 31, Matt Hesch. Assistant coaches for Augustana are Joe Sager and Daniel Campagna. The head coach of the Vikings is Mike Reagan. And now, the starting lineup for your North Central College Cardinals. Number 00, Justin DeVore. Number 3, Joey Fellini. Number 4, Andrew Stratton. Number 7, Evan Landmark. Number 8, John Kissel. Number 10, John Gorzik. Number 11, Matt Koch. Number 15, Nick Teat. Number 17, Harris Hadzik. Number 22, Carl Bappert. And number 25, Nate Donovan. Assistant coaches for North Central is Dylan Milken. The head coach of the Cardinals is Matt Klosterman. There will be no national anthem because of the women's game.
Welcome back to NCTV 17 and NCTV17.com. It's time for the men's to take the field. It's Augustana and North Central in the nightcap of our double feature, a presentation of Cardinals soccer this evening. Thank you for tuning in to Channel 17 and online at NCTV17.com. I'm Kevin Jackman. The Cardinals and Vikings matching up, take two. The Lady Vikings able to take down the Cardinals in the first game 2-1. A late second half goal propelled them to victory. And here the Cardinals trying to race out to a quick start against their Viking counterparts. It's been a similar story in 2015 for both of these teams. Making a move on the end line and losing it out of bounds is Joey Fellini. Rather, that stays inbounds. Fellini still with it, gets it knocked away and tripped up and taken down. No whistle called, and the Vikings will come up the field. 10-7 marks with a tie last year. That was the record for both teams. this year. A disappointing season for both squads. Augustana 4-10-1, North Central 3-11. Cardinals trying to right the ship before the season ends. It's a matchup with Augustana tonight. And then off to Wheaton to face the second best team in the nation according to the polls. Number 2, Wheaton, at Wheaton. That is in 3 days. A trip to Decatur on the 28th, and then home against Illinois Wesleyan to wrap up the regular season. You'd like to see maybe 2-3 wins in these final 4 contests for North Central to end the season on a high note. They were able to take down number 15 North Park University, and then a thrilling win against Elmhurst, an overtime game in which Matt Koth scored not once but twice. The second one in overtime to end the contest and to send the Cardinals to victory. Koth had been fairly quiet in 2015 up until that game, and looking to propel himself maybe after that into the final 4 of the season. And a whistle will go against the Cardinals, and the Vikings get it right back. And speaking of, that's Matt Koth right in the middle of your screen as the Cardinals donning the white uniforms, black sleeves, and white shorts. Meanwhile, the Vikings in a solid blue color with yellow numbering. Up the field, and the Cardinals trying to get back into possession of the soccer ball, but the Vikings making it tough. In the middle of the field, that's Anthony D'Angelo, taken away by the Cardinals. Brought back by Adam Watuki. And the Cardinals trying to clear it away from the box. And that's Evan Landmark out in front. Joy Fellini in pursuit, forcing a bad pass. Vikings take it right back. Watuki loses it out of bounds. And right back to NCC. Deep boot back into Cardinal territory. John Borzik tracks it down and pops it up near the sideline. Miss hits here. And now the Vikings in business up the sideline as Borzik slide tackle able to pick it away. Nice job against Jonathan Colucci. Colucci, a 2-year starter for the Vikings. And the goalkeeper will simply pluck it up. North Central 3-11, but 2-1 inside the conference. Augustana 1-2 in the conference, 4-10-1 overall. It's a matchup of 2 teams that are trending in the wrong direction, but both teams trying to end the game, or rather the season, on high notes as Matt Koth gets it taken away. That one's going to be booted out of play by the Cardinals' Harris Hadzik. Ball will be thrown in, a long pass lofted towards the box out in front, and Fellini able to get it away. Koth off his shin, right back to the Vikings, sent towards the corner. A lot of backspin, but couldn't stop the soccer ball from reaching out of play, and Justin DeBoer, a 6'3" junior goalkeeper for North Central, will rear back and wail on this ball towards midfield. An Equa Valley product. Originally went to the College of DuPage, only to come and transfer to North Central, and now the starting goalkeeper for this Cardinal squad. Plays it back, and it's Andrew Stratton. Up the sideline towards the corner and nobody home. It'll roll off the end line. And Matt Hesch, the opposing goalkeeper for Augustana. A true freshman, Matt Hesch, a 6-foot, 155-pound freshman from Elgin, Illinois. Went to St. Edward's High School. Headed towards the sideline. Who's that off of? It's off the Cardinals, apparently. Evan Landmark didn't think so. Headed back towards the middle of the field. And Fellini in pursuit was trailing in the play. Goes to the side, and a missed opportunity for Carl Bappert. Maybe thought that there was a teammate over there, but right to a Viking. Up the sideline, it's Anthony D'Angelo, and that's through the uprights, but that doesn't count. Still no score in the match, 38 minutes remaining first half. Long boot by DeBoer. Big collision at midfield. Fellini ends up on his rump. Back towards the box, and Koth was there, but gets taken away. Koth again, headed away from him again. Fellini tries to knock it through, and Landmark gets knocked off his place as he tried to make a strong kick and effort towards the opposing goal. With Tukey towards midfield. Vikings will try to set something up towards the sideline. Nice job on that far sideline. Now Matt Koth, the intended target on the pass, but it's picked off by Hesch. Near side, Landmark tries to split a pair. Will go to Fellini rather. Spins around. Nice move by the senior, but loses it at the last second. Fellini has been impressive over his tenure in a Cardinal uniform, a Schaumburg native. And now a nice opportunity for the Cardinals. Here's Evan Landmark. Try to put it towards the net, and it gets blocked. Maybe would have had a better opportunity had he tried to strike that himself towards the goal, but it's a lost opportunity for the Cardinals. Maybe a little too unselfish in that particular instance. Popped up off the foot of Harris Hadzik. Fellini heels it back towards play. Cardinals with the first real good opportunity of the game scoring-wise. Borzik will pound it high up in the air. Takes a big bounce and will carry out of bounds. Beautiful night here in Naperville. Temperatures were consistently in the mid-70s today. Still not dipping below 60. It's an ideal night, an autumn evening here in Naperville. Inside Benedetti Worley Stadium. The women lost tonight 2-1 to the Vikings. The men's trying to do what they did against Elmhurst a week ago, where the women lost 2-1 and the men won 2-1. They've been very tenacious so far in this one, and the pass just a little too out in front of Evan Landmark, and he's a little frustrated with the fact that he was overled by John Kissel. Didn't need to put quite that much pace on it. Nobody was even close to Landmark. And Landmark trying to express that frustration after that last one. Passed in, Koth there. Gets it out. Fellini jumped for it, couldn't get it, and it's knocked out by the Vikings. A lot of back and forth action around midfield. And DeBoer will settle it down just outside the box. Another long boot. Matt Koth was right there, and a lot of jersey grabbing between Koth and Dominic Sullivan, the 5'6" midfielder. Towards the goal and taken away by DeBoer. Knocked down by Aaron Jones. And Jonathan Colucci gets it played away. He'll get it back on the far side wing. Knocked away by Borzik. Borzik chases but can't get there in time, and it's towards the corner, and it will be out of play in DeBoer's ball. Off the back of Bappert. Vikings haven't been too aggressive here offensively. The Cardinals have been, and they've had some opportunities on that side of the field. Defensively, been able to clear the ball pretty well whenever the Vikings do get into that region of the field. Koth again pops it up with the head. Fellini knocks it down off the shin, and it's taken away by the Vikings. Through the legs, Landmark with it. Goes to the middle of the field. Bappert, far side, knocked back. Borzik pops it in. Koth tries to sideswipe it, and sideswipe it again, but comes up short on both attempts, and it's back to the Vikings. Hesh will kick it away. 31 minutes and 40 seconds remaining in this first half of play. Far side and taken away by North Central. That'll make its way towards the end line and untouched by the Cardinals, so DeBoer will pop it up to himself. Just a pristine night here inside Benedetti Worley Stadium. Great night for a fan to take in a pair of soccer games. And if you're not here, of course you are listening on NCTV 17 or watching on NCTV17.com. And we thank you for that. Borzik knocks it down and plays it ahead. Cardinals on the move, but swiped away. Vikings have been fairly careless with the ball so far. Lofts it in, and the Cardinals pluck it away. And now a chance for the Cardinals, working its way towards the sideline. And Landmark saves it from going out of bounds, but couldn't keep it in his possession as he made a move towards midfield. Back and forth, pounded out of bounds. Who's that off of? It's off a Cardinal, so it's back to the Vikings with under 30 to play. Trying to get out in front, but the Cardinals sniff it out and send it well up the field. DeBoer picks it up. Bit of a stalemate over the last few minutes. Nobody approaching the boxes on either side. Michael Brasnick gets it taken away. Matt Koth towards the middle of the field. Try to juggle a couple of times and a whistle. And it'll go against the Vikings. It'll be inside the 30, so inside 40 away. And this will come the other way. Not sure what happened there, but the Vikings now have the ball. Drive it in, and Borzik had overplayed it. And it gets played up by the Cardinals. Landmark sends it back between the legs, and a penalty against the Vikings, and a bunch of whistles come in, and now the referee will talk to Samuel Kratzer. A lot of grabbing on that last sequence. That might be what the official is talking to him about. Deep, and another whistle. And this is going to be a kick at the 11-yard line for the Cardinals. A golden opportunity. And a lot of discussion being had between both teams, and now a wall will be set. Let's see where they're going to put them. It'll be at the 11, so they have to stand at the 1-yard line. That is 33 feet in front of the goal, and 60 feet away from the goal for Landmark. He gets a second chance with the left foot, gets it batted away. And both chances get stuffed by the Vikings, and now the Cardinals will throw it in. Deep throw by Andrew Stratton to the middle of the field, and it's headed back. Heeled back, and now Fellini in pursuit. Gets it played away and off the screen to the far side out of play. Probably wanted some elevation on that last sequence, but Landmark couldn't get it above that wall of defenders, and a collision, and it goes against the Cardinals. Here comes Adam Watuki. Far side, Cardinals batted away, and that was John Kissel now with the ball. Bappert, Kissel, up the sideline, and knocked away from the Cardinals' Matt Koth. An inbound will come from Fellini at some point when he sees something he likes. Now throws it in, skips it into Matt Koth, who goes to the middle, and it's intercepted away by the Vikings. Bappert off to Joey Fellini. Fellini tried to make a man miss, but gets pickpocketed. Now to the far side. Vikings continue to keep control of it. Anthony D'Angelo ahead to Michael Brasnick. And Brasnick gets stuffed by the Cardinal defense. Near side, Landmark spins around and now tries to burn it up the sideline. Cut off by Watuki. Headed back up, and Koth underplayed it. Who's going to get the first real good shot on goal? Out of play, and Kissel couldn't get there. "25 minutes left in the first half. No score in the match. Nice job by Carl Bappert. Ahead to Landmark. Landmark didn't see anybody from behind and gets knocked down, blindsided from behind. No whistle. Stratton plays it back to the sideline, back to Landmark. Makes a move towards the middle. Koth is there. Koth had space but couldn't control the ball in time. Bappert makes a nice move. Left foot sneaks it through, but Fellini didn't get it, and it's out of play. Even though there's been a lack of chances, the Cardinals have had good movement on offense and very crisp passing. Even at some time, looking a little too unselfish. Deep throw in. Batted back by the Vikings. Fellini almost got a piece of it as Nick Teat has it. Goes through the legs of Carl Bappert. Sean Woodford checks in. Woodford has it. Makes a nice move. Here comes a centering pass. Batted away. A nice slide kick away. And all up the field. And Teat, a whistle, and coming against the Cardinals. No score, 23 minutes and 13 seconds left in the first half. To midfield, and the Vikings still have it up the sideline. And Borzik takes it away, keeps it in bounds, and plays it off to Nate Donovan, a fellow starter. Hesitation, a slide to keep it in, and the Vikings keep it in the field of play, but doesn't matter. Justin DeBoer will scoop it up. Woodford was there, but it was knocked away by the Vikings. So the Cardinals will have a throw-in. Brett Johnson will check in. Nate Donovan comes out. Andrew Stratton will throw it in. Header by Matt Koth towards the goal. Here comes Koth again, off his body. Tries to get it with the head, and it's poked away. Back towards the goal. And off target to the left. Hesh has it in his mitts. Inside midfield, the Vikings continue to shut out the Cardinals and vice versa. Brett Johnson in pursuit and gives up. Ahead, and it's DeBoer flying out of nowhere to boot it away. And keeping it in bounds is Kissel. Kissel with it. Deep kick. Trying to lead. Woodford. Woodford goes, makes a move to the end line, and can't keep it in play. Almost had it, and he knows it. Timing just a little off. The only other man there, though, was Matt Koth, and he was getting swarmed from both sides. As we approach 20 minutes until halftime here inside Benedetti Worley Stadium. Out of play off the head of Fellini. "36th meeting between these two teams. The previous 35 have gone the way to the Vikings, 8-15-2. Though the Cardinals won the last matchup 1-0 as Fellini was the only goal scorer. Inside, Koth with a chance and a whistle. Missed anyways. A shot out in front of the goal. Couldn't get there. With Tukey burning up into the offensive area. But Borzik is the man with it now. Plays it well out in front, and that's Kissel near the sideline, and big collision, and a Viking goes flying, and Kissel walking away. And no whistle on Kissel. Kissel is upset. The Vikings player that he took down is upset. Far sideline, and the Cardinals continue to really dominate the possession of the ball in this game. How to play again. Fellini with it, stops and gets tripped up. Again, no whistle. Very, very physical game. Tracking this one down is Woodford, and that'll be off a Viking off the sideline, and here comes the Cardinals trying to set up something on offense. 18 minutes remain in this first half. The Cardinals and the Vikings deadlocked at 0. Stratton backs up. He'll throw it in. A liner off the heel, and it's going to be a corner kick coming up for the Cardinals. Who's going to be the one to send it in? Believe that is Nick Teat. 3 steps behind the soccer ball. He sets up. Lines it in, back of the net. And the ball is still in play, and it's going to be out of bounds off of the Cardinals. Or is it? I take that back. It's going to be Cardinal ball on the sideline. Borzik will be the inbounder. Clock is running. And here's an additional whistle. Here we go. This one has some more arc on it. Koth pops it up with the head near the net. But it gives time to Matt Hesh to pluck it away. At midfield, taken away by the Vikings. Near side, Watuki. It's a fun name to say, Watuki. It's got a man bun as well. Slide tackle, but Stratton gets past it, shielding the ball away from the Vikings. A pair of defenders on his back. And out of play off the Cardinals. Stratton couldn't keep it for long enough. Woodford right there. And popped out of play. 15:52 left in the first half. No score. Throw in from Watuki deep. The header goes towards the out of bounds, and Woodford has to watch it hop over the fence. A lot of waiting here in the last few minutes. Watuki inbounds. We're out in front of the net. Here comes in a shot on goal and hit off somebody. I believe that was off a Cardinal, so the Vikings will get a corner kick from the opposite side. So the Cardinals will set up their defense, trying to shut out the first goal of the game. Keep Augustana off the board. Here it is. Knocked away initially. Shot attempt is off the side of the foot and out of play. Michael Brazinski couldn't get it. Under 15 minutes to go, first half. 60 minutes remaining in the game. Borzik there. Skies it straight up the elevator shaft. Popped up again. The Cardinals will send it backwards, which might have been a bad idea. Here comes DeBoer, and it's taken away. Nice play by the Cardinals' Harris Hadzik. A heads-up play to keep it away from his goalkeeper on a risky proposition that sent it back towards the net. Vikings with it. Stratton splits a pair and gets it knocked away. And now come the Vikings the other way. Borzik heads it towards the middle of the field. Fellini right there to chest it down. Far sideline, kept in play by Kissel. Ahead to Fellini. Ahead to Koth, but Koth gets it swiped away. Fellini from behind knocks down a Viking and takes it away. But too long to the opposite sideline. Intended for Woodford. Whistle, and it's going to go for the Cardinals with 12:34 to go in the first half. Ryan O'Dean will check in. Justin DeBoer has been very good this season. We've seen him a few times in this first half. In the top 5 of a pair of statistical categories in conference play. Goals against, situated third in save percentage as well, behind North Park's Chris Tomato and Eric Eklund of Illinois Wesleyan. Knocked forward. And the Cardinals are now trying to erase a Vikings attack. Koth back to Fellini, taken away by Watuki. Watuki's been very active in this first half. We've called his name quite a bit. That's Dominic Sullivan with the ball. Overshoots his target. Now pass towards the sideline will make its way. Stays in bounds. Here comes the Cardinals' offensive attack. Woodford and a whistle, and it's going to go against, it was a handball on Woodford. Coming the other way. And that'll be out of bounds. That was off North Central, so Watuki will inbound. Up the sideline and getting it swiped away is Michael Brzezinski. Fellini steps in and fills the void in the middle of the field. Up the sideline and can't keep it in play. They keep losing it off the sideline. Chris Tovar set to check in, and a whistle against North Central from maybe 25, 30 yards away on the near side. Another chance for Augustana. It'll be Brzezinski to take it. He's setting up as if he's going to boot it with the left foot, trying to hook it in, maybe that far goal post. And that's what he'll do, but DeBoer right there to knock it down and scoop it up. And he'll take the quick punch up the field, intended for Matt Koth, who now will track it down. And he does. A shot on goal to the opposite way, and it's through. Wow, that was almost a big swing in momentum. And a stop in play, at least on the field. The clock continues to run, and now will be stopped at 9:09. Cardinal coaches are barking at the officials. And some substitutions will come in. Not sure what's going on the field right now, but there's a lot of talking going on. Woodford having to back away. Now he's back with it. That's Chris Tovar in the game. Ryan O'Dean gets it swiped away, and it's back to the Cardinals, far side of the field. 8:20 to go, first half. Long pause. Ball on the sideline and inbounded by Borzik off the head and sent back towards Borzik. Chip shot into the zone and having to back away is the Cardinals' Chandler Ola. I think he was offsides by a wide margin. So with 7:50, the Cardinals relinquish possession to the Vikings as Hesh boots it away towards midfield. Off the head of Woodford, back towards the Cardinals' net. Brett Johnson didn't know where it was temporarily, but taken away by the Cardinals. Up the sideline, but Watuki there again. Watuki on the move, middle of the field. Gets it to D'Angelo, played ahead. Cardinals batted away. And a collision, and it's out of play off the Vikings. That's Nick Barstatus, I believe, in the game. Looked like a 23 on the sideline. Get a chance to get a good view of it right here. Oh, that might still be Woodford on the near side wing. Johnson stepping up. Finds Tovar. It is Woodford. Cardinals get it taken away. Brett Johnson. Long pass, but on mark. Woodford makes a move to the middle. Popped up and a whistle. And the Cardinals will have a chance from good distance. And a stoppage in time, and now the official will come over to the sideline. And I believe there will be a warning to one of the coaches. I think that might be what is going on right now. A lot of barking from the sideline, as I mentioned just a few moments ago. From both coaches, really, but it might be a warning right there on Augustana's coaching staff. So Ola right there, he's going to get the kick, and it's towards the net, but placed on the near side post and taken away by Matt Hesh. Headed around, and Borzik finally gets it off the turf. Cardinals may not have a goal, but they've dominated this first half, especially possessional-wise. And Woodford up ahead, out of play, and that's off a Cardinal, I believe. It is. Chandler Ola has both hands up in the air. Thought that was off his defender towards the middle of the field. Here comes a Vikings kick in towards DeBoer, and he'll coast to his left and grab it. Michael Roth with the attempted shot. Watuki taken away. Off of Watuki.
Into the game for the Cardinals, number 18, Gavin Sanchez.
Ola will drop it. He'll allow a teammate to come in and throw it in. 4:50 to go first half. And that's Jared Collier, a freshman from Bloomington, Illinois. And woo! Flip throw, header is off the mark to the far side. And the only man there is a Cardinal, but I believe that will be Cardinal ball. And another flip throw in. Off of Johnson, and a penalty on Johnson apparently. A foul, and the Vikings get the ball. 4 minutes left, first half of play here inside Benedetti Worley Stadium. Augustana and North Central. Neither team has grabbed an edge to this point. Out of play, Cardinal ball. Collier will skip it in. Stolen away by Gavin Sanchez. And now it's Chandler Ola streaking up the field, trying to find himself some room. Kicks it off the heel of a defender, and it gets away from everybody. The Cardinals have had some good opportunities out in front, but there have consistently been that safety net for the Vikings back there. That might be contributing to why their offensive attack is somewhat lagging in this first half. They're playing the numbers game, especially on defense. Andrew Smith plays it back, popped up to the far side. Headed towards the net, and DeBoer will take the big hop. .245 left to play. High kick towards midfield, over everybody. And Watuki pounds it back up. Back towards the Viking goal, and now stepping up and getting it knocked away. Near side. Michael Roth to the middle, finds some space. Michael Brazinski has to stop and slow it down a tad. Slide tackle in towards the net, but Ryan O'Dean is there. Hits it out. Here comes a pass towards the middle. Knocked out. Thrown backwards by the Cardinals. Borzik able to hit it to himself up the sideline. He's continuing to streak up that sideline. Now centers it. Chandler Ola was there, but knocked away by the Vikings and out of play. 1:50 to go first half. This would be a nice game for the Cardinals to be able to pull out. Near side, a scoring opportunity. Moving to the middle, and that bun is well off the mark. Andrew Smith missing well wide to the left. .65 seconds left in the first half. DeBoer cues this one up and serves break. Near side, off a couple heads and off Brett Johnson's foot. Back to the Vikings. 2-on-2 for now. Far side towards the goal, and that's not going anywhere. DeBoer again will scoop and fire. Ola gets pounded from behind, and a whistle comes. And time called as Augustana was stalling to try and keep Ola from kicking that ball in. So the referee will make the defenders back up and also kills the clock. And now the Cardinals have a chance to set up on defense, and that wouldn't have been the case had Augustana not been standing right in front of Olaf. Here comes the Vikings. 18 seconds left, plenty of time. And it'll be booted away off the arm of Collier. And that'll do it for the first half of play. Back to Hesh, and he'll hold it. And we go to halftime 0-0 inside Benedetti Worley Stadium. Good efforts from both teams, but the Cardinals dominating the time of possession in that first half. Wouldn't be surprised if they come out firing in the second. We'll be right back here on NCTV 17 and NCTV 17 in about 15 minutes time for the second half here on the campus of North Central. Welcome back for the second half of play from Benedetti Worley Stadium. Cardinals and Vikings even after 45 minutes, tied at 0. The Cardinals will start off with the ball. Cardinals dominated the first half. Possession-wise, it did not show up in the goal category. They really applied the pressure well against the Vikings. Doing so again right out of the gate here in the second half. Coming around, and right off the bat, Fellini gets it knocked away, and a whistle called against the Vikings from 25 yards out. John Borzik will be the point man for the Cardinals as they set up an offensive scheme for this point. Two-man wall in front of him. The options abound for the Cardinals. Here they come. Header is knocked away by the goalkeeper. A shot at it, and just off to the left of the goal. Missing wide left. Cardinals almost stole one from Matt Hesh, who came up to play the ball but batted it right to a Cardinal. Headed towards midfield. Borzik pounds it back in. Koth, or rather that was Kissel tracking. Playing it back, and that's Koth. Borzik will be the inbounder after the ball was sent out of play by the Vikings off the chest of Koth. Makes a move to the inside, spins around and sends it out. Chipped in, and the Vikings get a foot on it first. Bappert chasing it down. Here comes the Vikings. Sent away by Borzik. Far side batted around and still loose. Deflection towards the middle of the field, and Fellini wasn't there in the right time and space. Stratton will head it out of play, and a out of bounds will go to the Vikings. We're officially 3.5 minutes into this second half, and still nobody has put the ball in the back of the twine. Line to the left, and off the mark Out of play into Bohr. We'll get a new soccer ball. Played up by the Cardinals. Ball has yet to touch the turf. Just a whole bunch of noggins. Now it finally does. Near side and up the sideline. Kissel cuts it off and gets it swiped away by the Vikings' Jack McKiernan. Landmark keeps it from going out of play. Watuki takes it away from him. Towards the out of bounds, and Stratton can't get there. Off the body of Harris Hadzik. Borzik finds Stratton, and Borzik pops it up along the sideline. Headed forward for the Cardinals, Joey Fellini. Landmark, Stratton. Right now, it seems like both teams are fairly content with playing this game in the middle of the field. Ball put on DeBoer, and it's a weak shot off the left foot of Michael Brzezinski. Brzezinski, a two-year starter, a junior from Plainfield East. Relatively local guy. Cardinals will clear it. There was a good opportunity on the backside of that play, but unable to get it to the right spot. And offsides called against the Vikings' Michael Brzezinski. DeBoer hammers it downfield. Koth loses it on the deflection. And now gets it back. Gets cut off. McKiernan still fighting for it, pushing his way, and he just outright puts two hands into the back of the Cardinals' Carl Bappert. Out of play, and it's back to the Vikings. Everybody barking out who they've got. And here comes a corner kick. Miscommunication. Nick Teat tried to let it roll out of play, but had to pick it up. So here comes a corner from the Vikings on the near side of the field. As you can see in the upper left-hand corner of your screen, 38:27 to go in this second half. Still no score. Aaron Jones puts this one near the net, and it's off the head of Fellini, and Fellini's holding his head, and a whistle to stop play. Cardinals ball, as the official was concerned about the health of one of the Cardinals. I don't think that was Fellini. Cardinals were upset that they blew the whistle and blew the play dead, and the official is saying, don't ask me for injury time from here on out. And here we go. Time is stopped at 38:10, and the official, and a yellow card to the Cardinal bench. Cardinals will get the ball. Oh no, the Vikings will get the ball. Oh, what a debacle this has been. DeBoer will roll it out in front. And kicks it deep over just about everyone. Fellini trying to nick it to himself. Gets it over to Kissel. Kissel sends it a spinner towards the net, but Hesh right there. DeBoer picks it up on the other side. The ball seemingly rolling the course of the entire field. 37-25 left to play. Ball being bounced around between these two teams. Right at midfield, Matt Koth finally claims it, and he gets it swiped. Samuel Kratzer took it away from him. And now ahead, it's Aaron Jones, the center, and off the chest of Stratton. Another chance for Anthony D'Angelo, and he gets it taken away. A risky few seconds for the Cardinals on that attack from the Vikings. Fellini battling for position and a whistle against Fellini. You know, I would not be surprised to see a red card against somebody at some point. This official seems very quick to pull the trigger. A liner, a screamer towards the net, and a header misdirection out of bounds, and DeBoer gets it in front of the net. .35-38 to go. Off a Viking, and Kissel gets the ball on the throw-in. Skips it down off the knee of Koth, and again out of bounds. Cardinals will keep trying to advance it, try to get it in the offensive zone. Thrown in, Koth heads it backwards. Fellini with a chance, knocked out. Borzik still around the ball, keeping it in, and a whistle. Harris Hadzik was there. As the Cardinals will get a free kick outside the parameters of the football field, about 34 yards away. Borzik will pull it. I don't think the Vikings are more than 10 yards away, but here it comes. A header towards the net, and it's just over. Koth just missed. Fractions of an inch off the head would have made the difference. And it stays tied. No score. Koth finds Kissel. Kissel pulls it to the middle of the field, stumbles a bit, tries to send it through, but gets it right back and sends it backwards to Borzik. Tries to center it, sent around the horn to the middle, and Kissel couldn't get to the spot. Way downfield. DeBoer will get the header back to him and whip it out to the outside. Out of play off the Cardinals, and the Vikings will have it. Booted away by Augustana to the far sideline. Stratton there. And a whistle will go against Augustana. Dominic Sullivan thought about keeping that ball with him. Cardinals 3-11 on the season. Augustana 4-10-1. 32-42 left. Both teams trying to find something deep down to make a push towards the end of the season. Near side cut off by the Cardinals. Nick Teed ripped away. And now up the sideline is the opposite team's number 15, Aaron Kratz, or rather that's 16, Aaron Jones. Cardinals pound it back. Kissel trying to deflect it, but Fellini has it near side. Fellini wants to find Kissel. Fellini gets it back and spin kicks it to himself. He's got a chance to center it across the way and overshoots his target and goes over everybody. Vikings have a chance, but their numbers aren't good offensively. That's Michael Brzezinski trying to make a move. It's taken away from him, but right there to make the grab is Jonathan Colucci, but it's knocked away from him. So the Vikings get an inbound on the near side with 31-12 to go in the second half. No score. Towards the net, and DeBoer plucks it out of thin air. Deep downfield, here comes a chance for the Cardinals. Matt Koth plays it off the chest, tries to wheel around, and he's met by 3 Augustana Vikings. With Tukey, pounds it back up. Borzik keeps it on the Vikings side of the field, and it's deflected by the Vikings.
In for the Cardinals, number 26, Brett Johnson.
Brett Johnson will check in. Thrown in, off the head, towards the net, and knocked out of play. Who is this off of? It's off a Cardinal. Battle for it near midfield, back and forth. Kissel finally comes away with it and tries to push it up to Matt Koth. And a wide open opportunity, Evan Landmark, and he gets tripped up, and the ball stripped away. And here comes the Vikings now. Racing up the field, Victor Velasquez. And keeping it inbounds, Brzezinski. And that's through everybody off of Stratton. But it was Anthony D'Angelo who had the initial chance right in front of the goal, but couldn't get it deflected towards the net. Towards the net, but headed away by the Cardinals. And now the Cardinals will play it well out in front, sending it deep and over the head of the defender. The Cardinal attack is John Kissel. Kissel stumbles and falls down. And a lot of contact made yet again. Borzik right there. Borzik has been a gnat for the ball, just constantly hovering around it. Fellini keeping it to himself. Far side, kicked in, pops straight up. Fellini tried to slide and keep it. Loses it to the far sideline. And here comes Vikings. Brzezinski to the far side. Into Colucci. Cardinal defense has been phenomenal in this game. And that's out of play up the sideline. Thank you for tuning in to this NCTV 17 production of Cardinals soccer. The women's team dropped a tough one earlier today, 2-1. The Vikings leading by 1 with 9 minutes remaining in the game. That's when they took their lead.
Number 21, Sean Woodford. Number 28, Jared Collier. Number 9,
Chandler Ola will check in. Matt Koth gets a breather on the sideline with 26:37 to go in the second half. That one's out of play as well. Cardinals possession this time. And out of play again. Another deep throw. In this time, and it's Woodford who just checked in, getting it poked by the Vikings. Borzik in pursuit, knocks it back towards DeBoer. DeBoer mishits, shanks it off to the right, and whittles its way out of play. O'Dean was close but couldn't get there. .25 minutes left in this one. Cardinals could really use a win. 3-11 on the season. They're 2-1 in conference play. They could be right up there in conference play. Could they win? Should they win this one? Wheaton is 3-1. Carthage 3-1. North Park 2-1, and then the Cardinals are fourth at 2-1 mark as well. In front of the net, DeBoer blocks one, and it's nicked away by the Cardinals. Best opportunity for the Vikings, and they come away empty-handed. Woodford up the sideline, stops on a dime, sends it backwards, and the Cardinals will set it up. Deep send, and O'Dean heads it back. Now keeps it himself and stops, and gets it pulled away. Vikings had a good angle, but couldn't get it on the other side, and now the Vikings, or rather the Cardinals, have it. Another ball sent deep, and a race to it. Chandler Ola trying to get there, and he's in the corner. We'll try and stop with it, and it's knocked out of play by Augustana. It's going to be on the sideline. The Cardinals will set something up. 24:15 left in this one. And just off the mark. Cardinals have come close a couple of times. Have yet to convert.
In for the Cardinals, number 15, Nick Teat.
Nick Teat comes back in. Woodford checks out. And past midfield, Borzik rips it and hands it off to the right. Cardinals attacking, corner, Ryan O'Dean. Surveys, sends it towards the middle. There are a couple of Cardinals there, but it gets knocked away by the Vikings, and a slide tackle, and this is going to be a yellow card. That is against the Cardinals' Chris Tovar. Quick trigger. Jack McKieran fighting for it. Near side, it's Grant Bracken. Bracken, a 5'8" sophomore from Geneva. Colucci back with it. Gabrielle Belay is into the ball game. Belay, a 3-time varsity starter. Off the foot of Nick Barstatus and out of play. Might actually be Nate Donovan. I believe that is Nate Donovan. No, that's Jared Collier. 3s, 5s, and 8s all look the same from this far away. Header towards the net, that's well out of play. DeBoer watches it soar. 21-25 left to play in this game. Cardinals need a break. It's Chandler Ola hovering around the ball, popped up. Still fighting for it. Middle of the field now. Flip kick. And nobody there at home for Chris Tovar. Deep drive. Borzik heads it away. Off the body for Brzezinski. He still has it and sends it up the sideline to McKiernan. McKiernan stops on a dime. Back to Brzezinski. Back to McKiernan. And he, for all that fancy footwork, they just get it stolen away so easily by the Cardinals. Such precise passing to that point. And then poof, gone. A little overcomplicated possibly. Cardinals send it towards midfield, but it's well out of play. 0-0, 70th minute of this game. Just 20 left to try and decide a victor. Otherwise, we're going to overtime here at Benedetti Worley Stadium. Big conference matchup towards the net, still loose. No whistle. A lot of contact made, just feet in front of the goal. Grounder picked up by NCC. Tovar was there. It's taken away. Played back towards midfield. Now across the field to Ryan O'Dean. O'Dean makes a move. Splits a pair. Jumps over a pair. Runs into one. Spins around. Finds a man weak side. Tovar is offsides. I don't know about that. That's one that you might want to go back and rewind on. If you're watching online on YouTube, go back and take a look at. Now a chance for the Vikings well out in front. Force them to the end line, and it's kicked out of play by the Cardinals. So here it is. I'm looking at it. Replay. I don't know about that one. A little close for comfort for the onside call, but that's what it was. Thrown in towards the net, batted back by the Cardinals. Another attempt through, still loose on the ground. Brett Johnson was just laying there, and it was off his back. It's going to roll out of bounds, and it'll be Augustana ball. "18 minutes away from the end of regulation. One of these teams will come away. Well, not necessarily so. There is the possibility of a tie, but more likely than not, one of these teams will come away with a win and project them to a strong finish. The other one will take yet another loss on their overall resume and diminish what could be a postseason run. Off a Viking, oh no, it's going to be off a Cardinal player.
Cardinals, number 3, Joey Heaney, and number 8, John Kissel.
Playing back, it's Nick Teat. Fellini heads it. Ola is the man playing that attacker role. You don't want to call it cherry picking, but he's the guy that's most often in the position to try and score some quick goals ahead of the defense. Far side. Woodford gives it up. Backwards, Brett Johnson can't get there. A slide tackle, it's through, and it's good. Fellini gets taken out. No whistle. It's going to go off the end line and out of play. .15:30 left in the second half. Headed towards Ola, to the sideline. Kissel goes back to Ola. And a little entanglement on the sideline against the Vikings. A whistle against Eric Gustafsson. Borzik will trigger it in. Surveys, and here it comes. Place to the left, a header towards the goal, and it's just off the mark. Hesh had to slide all the way to his left. Couldn't get there. And the Cardinals come up empty. Under 15 to go. Still 0-0. Kind of feel the intensity rising here inside Benedetti Worley Stadium. Fans from both sides recognizing that just a single breakdown in coverage defensively or a leak out on offense could change the course of this game. All it takes is one play from here on out. The way these two defenses have been playing, it's been lockdown. One mistake could cost one of these teams the game. Sent out a play by the Cardinals, and it'll be Viking ball. Going to get a throw in from the far side. Deep towards the net, and DeBoer comes out of nowhere. Right in the middle of that scrum, and skies over everybody to claim it as his own. DeBoer, high, skyscraping kick. Borzik stops it, sends it to the middle, and Fellini will bring it to the side to Kissel, and Kissel will try and keep it in bounds, and that's Ola. Evading one defender, making a move on the sideline, sends it towards the net, and it's just too long. Ola with that powerful leg. A little too much bend on that one. And Koth will come on. Ola comes out, a dejected Chandler Ola. So close to coming up with a game-defining goal. Perhaps a season-defining goal. Should he have made that? Far side, and falls out of bounds. 6 shots on goal to this point for Augustana, just 2 for the Cardinals. The Cardinals still held without a single corner kick on the evening as well. Cardinals have received 2 yellow cards and even 10 fouls apiece for these two teams. This is a game both teams want to win really bad. 12 minutes. That's all we have left in regulation. Middle of the field, Vikings with it. Borzik fighting for it, leaking through and almost getting away with it is Jonathan Colucci. $11:15 to go in the second half. Should this be the score at the end of that time, we'll be heading to overtime. Breakage in play. The clock continues to run. And Watuki will inbound. Headed away by Borzik. Here's a lofty kick way over the net and to the right. And out of play. Bappert will check in for the Cardinals. Brett Johnson will lumber off the field. Cardinals defense has been stout today. The offense, however, has been stymied by the Vikings defense. Pushed up, Matt Koth sends it to himself, but gets it poked away. Now off the head of a Cardinal and towards Koth. Near side, Borzik lofts it towards the net. Fellini was there, but it was under striked. Now up the sideline. And Anthony D'Angelo, you can hear his teammates calling him Tony. Nate Donovan, the inbounder, and Kissel now with it. Try to find Fellini. All he found was a Viking foot, but the Cardinals still have it. Near side, lofted towards the net. Koth trying to get through an arm tackle. Fellini has it. Goalkeeper out. Fellini is taken out, and the ball is sent out of the box. A flurry of action right in front of the box. Cardinals just trying to keep the pressure on right now. Koth gets it headed away. Sent back in. Koth again knocked away. And the Vikings finally have some breathing room with a chance to move the ball into the other half of the field. Watuka gets it right back on the give and go. Cardinal falls down behind the play, and the ball is projected off the end line and out of play. Boy, I thought the Cardinals would have put it through in the back of the net, but Fellini got stuffed by the fallen goalkeeper, Matt Hesch, who made a nice stop from on the ground. Off of Bappert, rather that's Landmark and off the end line. 8:20 to go, second half.
Into the game for the Vikings, number 9, Andrew Smith, number 15, Samuel Kratzer.
Samuel Kratzer and Andrew Smith come in for the Vikings, trying to make a push in the final 8 minutes of this game. Harris Hadzik pops it towards the sideline, saved by Landmark. Koth pulling it back and gets his pass knocked away, but it's to the near sideline and batted straight down by Kissel. Kissel will send it in and overshoots Koth. Middle of the field, there's only a bunch of Cardinals. They all let it go and bounce. And they'll send it backwards to Borzik. Borzik has virtually played every second of this game. Kissel, his pass sent back and towards the corner. And it'll roll out of play. Cardinal ball just feet away from the corner of the field. Borzik will trigger it in. Fellini back to Borzik, but cut off. Now it's to Borzik. Stops between the legs, throws it across the field. A header is off to the left and out of play. 6:50 to go in regulation. Time is a-ticking for both of these teams. Which one will come up with a big play? Kissel with it yet again. Weaving off the chest of McKiernan. Borzik throws it in. Koth towards the net. Fellini was there. And Fellini will force a corner kick, and he knows that he almost just got a goal. He almost had that. It was a one-on-one. And Hesh, the goalkeeper, was playing back in the goal, so it was just Fellini and his defender. Landmark will kick it in, a corner kick, the first for the Cardinals on the night with 5:45 left. And here we go. Big shot for the Cardinals. They need this one. We're set to play. Lofted in to the opposite side. A header. And is that in? Is it in? It is. No, it's not, is it? Fellini scored it. If they count it, what's the jury and the ruling? Hold on here. What are they saying this is? What is happening here? They're going to say this is not a scored goal, but the Cardinals are going to get a free kick, a penalty kick. I am confused here. Fellini scored that with the head, or so he believed he did. The Cardinals are reacting in that manner. So here we go. A penalty kick coming for the Cardinals to take the lead. And they get it! Evan Landmark gives the Cardinals a 1-0 lead. With 5:29 to go. And he's mobbed by his teammates on the sideline.
North Central goal by number 7, Evan Landmark.
Evan Landmark. They took the goal away from Joey Fellini, so Evan Landmark goes, I'll take that. Makes it 1-0 with 5.5 remaining in the game. Wearing those bright pink shoes. Knocks it in and gives the Cardinals a lead. This would be huge for NCC. Vikings will try and blitz the Cardinals on offense, and Kissel knocks it right back up the field. Vikings with it near midfield. Fellini, little stutter step. Gets ahead to Koth towards the sideline. Pulls it back out and sends it towards the middle. Has a wide open John Kissel. Kissel collects himself. It's popped up. Here's Koth on front of the net. Free shot for Fellini, and it's an offsides on Koth. Oh, that would have been big. And an injured Cardinal on the field, and it's by the way, I'm fairly certain that Fellini did in fact score that goal. Not sure what it hit in the back of the goal, but it bounced out so hard, it's hard to imagine that it didn't go to the back of the net. Oh, it hit off the foot of one of the Vikings who was standing in the goal. So they're going to call it an infraction. That's what they called it, an infraction, a handball on the Vikings, and that's why the Cardinals got that penalty kick, in which Evan Landmark able to knock it through and give the Cardinals a 1-0 lead. Coming off the field is, I believe, John Kissel. Four and a half remaining, make it 5:13 remaining. Matt Koth trying to find some wiggle room, gets it ahead to Ryan O'Dean. O'Dean, nice stutter steps towards the net and pops it up too high, but the counter from the other side is behind the net by Evan Landmark, feeling lucky since he's already gotten one earlier, just a few moments ago. Vikings have to hurry up. They got 4 minutes and change to try and tie it up. And they haven't had a whole lot of offensive opportunities tonight. They need one here. The Cardinals trying to prevent it. Ahead to Koth, and Koth trying to track this one down. He's alone. He makes a move, and it's poked away. Oh. Out in front of the net, Fellini misstruck it. And another man is down for the Cardinals. That is Ryan O'Dean, slow to get up. Towards midfield, and time is slowly trickling away if you're a Cardinal. Borzik stumbles, keeps his footing, and keeps the ball in play on the sideline. Yeah, these are a very slow 3 minutes and 15 seconds as a Cardinal. You've only tasted victory 3 times this year, although 2 of those have come in the conference, trying to move to 3-1 in conference play against the Vikings. You can hear the crowd getting more and more into this one. Saved by Jonathan Colucci out in front of the net, and it's poked away by Landmark. But right to a Viking, that's Victor Velasquez. Back in and headed out by Stratton. Popped up. Landmark gets beat for the header. Here comes a move to the net. Popped away by Borzik. Ball still out in front. This one's going to roll off the end line, and finally the Cardinals able to clear an attack by the Vikings. Koth has it, fought for it, and it's taken away in a handball against the Vikings. They're just wasting time now. 2 minutes and 15 seconds left. Cardinals simply trying to stall and get this victory in their pocket. O'Dean, near side. Just have to keep stalling. He gets it knocked out of play on the sideline. And 45 left on the clock. Final minute 30. Borzik throws it into Koth. Koth spins towards the goal line now, peels out. Fight for it near the goal line, or rather the sideline. O'Dean will simply shove it past the goal line and give it off to the goalkeeper, Hesh. Places, backs, and now boots it away. Tukey hammers it downfield. Cardinals playing the prevent defense almost. This ball sails out of bounds. 60 seconds remain in this one. The Cardinals on top 1-0. Trying to keep this lead over the Augustana Vikings. It would be a big one. Here comes the throw-in. Launched towards the goal. Out in front to the right side. Fought for. And Stratton forces this one out of play. And he takes a dive, and he's down. And he got hit in an area that you don't want to get hit in. And they're going to stop time with 35.6 seconds left, and he's in a little bit of pain. So he'll be tended to, I believe, by the training staff. He's still on the ground. The training staff will take to the field, and they will call the officials over to take a look at number 4, Andrew Stratton. He's still down. We'll step away. 35.6 seconds left in this contest. The Cardinals taking the lead deep into the second half. We'll be back on NCTV 17. They will resume action, and they're just going to tend to Stratton on the sideline while play continues. 20 seconds left on the clock. Towards the net, headed away. DeBoer is out of the goal, knocked away by the Cardinals, and it's cleared towards midfield. 11 seconds on the clock. Flip kick towards the middle of the field. Here comes the Vikings, a desperate attempt to try and tie this game up. Brzezinski towards the goal. DeBoer collects it in, and that is it. The Cardinals take down the Vikings 1-0. Stealing a win from Augustana and moving to 3-1 inside conference play. What a big game for the Vikings, or rather for the Cardinals. Improves to 4-11 on the season, and more importantly, that 3-1 mark inside the CCIW. My, oh my, what a hard-fought game. You see some of the Augustana Vikings still on the ground. That's got to be a tough feeling. This game was played for the full 90 minutes, and the Cardinals able to pull it out. They win 1-0. A flurry of action in the second half, and the Cardinals get a big one. They'll finish off the season with 3 games. Number 2, Wheaton, next up on the docket. That's on the 24th. Millikan University in Decatur, and then Illinois Wesleyan University here at home on October 31st. And we'll have a double feature again on that day. That's a Saturday, a week and a half from now, right here on NCTV 17. It's been fun here from Benedetti Worldly Stadium. The women come away with a 2-1 defeat. The men take a 1-0 victory. As we'll say so long for tonight. We'll see you Saturday for the football game at 2 o'clock. It's the homecoming game in the battle for the Little Brass Bell. For my cameraman, Chris Picciolo, I'm Kevin Jackman saying so long from Benedetti Worldly Stadium. We'll see you come Saturday.